Welcome back, survivors. I'm the SurvivalVis, and we return to Carnivores Dinosaur Hunt. So with the new update out, there's actually something that I forgot to try testing out, and we'll go to, let me see. Maybe we'll do the Great Forest, because I do admit, I think that's one of my favorite maps to see the dinos on. We're going to actually be trying the Decoy out. This is something that I haven't really used all that much. Yeah, double ammo. I guess I can take that just to have, and then maybe we'll do the decoy recharge speed thing. And that'll be it. But I know in the past, I don't think the decoy actually worked for, wait a minute, hang on. See, your spawning dinosaurs type on the mist. I'm going to take it anyway, and I'm just going to see what happens if I don't have the radar with it. Because if you need it in conjunction, that's not really that good. Like, if you need this for this to work, that's not really good, but, like, this will be interesting. I think I will take the crossbow again, because it is very good. We'll just go lethal again. Everything looks good, so we'll hop in, and I just want to test out, see how the decoy is going to operate. Retriever bot will scare nearby dinosaurs away. Yeah, load in, see how this is like, and I want to see if I can, first of all, does the decoy make sound when I use it? Because that was an issue I had, where it didn't seem to actually make or put out a call. The second thing I want to test is, can you actually hear, like, a response from the animals at all? Okay, actually, I gotta go into controller map. How would I use the decoy? Okay. No, I'm not able to actually use the decoy. So it really does only work. That's a bad design right there, I gotta be honest. I'm actually just going to get us out of here, and then I'm going to put the radar on and see if I can actually use it, but it's not even that you have to use the radar in order to see where it kind of, like, happens. If it's going to be you need the radar just to make it actually work, that's a terrible design. So I'm just going to quickly hop back in to see. I thought they would have fixed it so at least you could use the decoy, and maybe you would hear a reply in the distance, so you track by that. But if it's entirely using the radar, what is the point of the decoy then? You know what dinosaur's over there because the radar tells you. Oh, man. Like, there are some steps forward, but then there are some steps where it looks like the person might have fallen off the stairs. Actually, I can't even use the decoy on the Switch. Like, I can get that to work, but yeah, the decoy's not going off for me. Even, like, pressing to hold ZR. Oh. Okay, no, I was pressing the wrong freaking button. Okay, so let me actually try going back. I thought it didn't look like the trigger to me. It looked more like the... Oh, actually, okay, that's very handy for my stupidity. Let's see now if I can use the decoy without the radar. I was just pressing the wrong button there. I was so used to... It looked to me more like the bumper than the trigger, so that's my stupidity there, my part. Let's see what it does if I were to use it. Like, do we actually hear a response back from them without the radar? That's also a weird thing to call it, ZR. Like, why Z? Okay, it says that it should be lit up. I didn't even hear a call back. Okay, here's sound coming up from over here, so I'll investigate what it is. Yeah, what is going on? It should be cooling down pretty quickly with the upgrade we got. There we go. Yeah, I didn't hear anything for, like, a reply. Oh? Or was that one? Okay, let me try finding an animal first. We'll put out the call, and we'll see if they do, like, make a call back to us. Oh, well, there we go. Perfect chance. So, it does seem the decoy does actually call and lure the animals into you. Now, the question is going to be, does it actually elicit a response from them as well, or do you just not know? See, maybe there is actually a little response you get, but it's all very faint for what I thought you might hear back. So I'll have to try this on another animal and see if I hear, like, a different reply. Oh, actually, I don't even know if you do get a reply, because there are two right around here. But they definitely didn't sound like they were that close. And you're just going to snooze there, eh? I don't know, let me try again and see. Do you make a sound back? No, I think the decoy needs a little bit more functionality given to it. Like, I think you should almost get a loud call back if there's a dinosaur that responds, rather than how it seems to operate right now. You know, that, or maybe because it's asleep it didn't. It's kind of... It is a little bit more bug testing this episode to see how does the decoy exactly work and everything in that regard. Yes, you know what? We'll let you run off. And then once you're kind of calmed down, I want to call again and see if I actually hear you make any noise. I don't know, it sounds like there's something this way too. Okay, well, let's try to keep after that parasaur. Just keep visual on it and see if I can get something like a sound back from it. Because the decoy system, or the calls in the Carnivore series, up until I'd probably say Dinosaur Hunter Reborn HD and Dinosaur Hunt here, were vital pieces of equipment to use on hunts. Oh, well, actually, you know what? We'll try with the Stego. Oh, really? That's interesting. If you actually switch, like, which animal you have focused on in the mist, I think that's what's called, you'll actually get to see how that one is, like, responding to you. And we still have some cases of phantom sounds, as you can hear. But yeah, so the decoy doesn't actually seem to get a vocal response back if you use it. And it is kind of buggy for knowing when you can actually, like, truly use it again, because it's just, like, constantly illuminated in the bottom left of the device there. Yeah, see, like, if I switch out, drops down. Switch back, it's up. That's interesting little habit for the mist to have. It sounded like there was possibly the Rex around here, actually. Oh, trike. Yeah, we're dead. Oh, actually got a little animation from him. Seems like that is lined up a little bit better from the update. Yeah, so the decoy, it really does feel crippled without the radar because you don't get, like, just a vocal response back to hone down direction without it. So I don't really think it's actually all that useful as, like, a tool to really, like, hunt with. It does work. It is just, it's not the one I thought you had to press for it. It's actually the back bumper. Or trigger, sorry. The bumper's the top one, the trigger's the back one. It's the right trigger, but again, unless you actually use the radar, I don't think you'll get a good idea of where anything actually is. You might be able to draw stuff to you if you sit in a spot long enough, but I think without actually getting a vocalization back, it loses a huge amount of its potential into, like, gameplay. And then another thing we saw that's interesting is if we do have, like... That actually would be interesting now that I think about it. You could use the decoy, not to actually use the decoy. So here's where I'm going to kind of go with that. We were testing this out a little bit, and what seems to be how it operates is, depending on the dinosaur you have selected, that tells you how its detection's going for, like, if you're visible, if you're making sound. So if you're sneaking up on something, you could actually track and see if it's picking you up at all. That might be the better use of the decoy than to actually call for the dinosaurs. Like here, let's say we'll try to find, actually, let's just see what we find. We'll start with a little run up. Yeah, I did hear little ambient guys, but again, I think it's only like one of each spawns around you per map. And they have a very fixed trail they'll kind of go on. Okay, but I'll show you guys what I mean by this with the decoy. It's less used for decoy, like, I guess if you wanted to use the radar, you could, but that, to me, really makes the game super easy, because it's basically just like Call of Duty. You know where they are on your minimap, just go and shoot them. Or just like a simple shooter game. Kind of takes like the hunting out of it. But if you find yourself a dinosaur with the decoy, and you want to try sneaking up for a really nice close shot, or you're kind of wary about how near you can get, you see there, and they drop right down. So if you're trying to sneak up on one, you actually get yourself an idea of how well is it picking you up. Like Parasaur, prime example. We'll start going towards it like this. And if it does pick us up, we should start seeing the bars going up. I thought we would, at least. So this could be something that might be helpful if you're like... Yeah, so like you saw... Ooh. I didn't think you guys were aggressive. What happens if we run into them? Oh! There's an animation for the parasaur! We just discovered something new! You actually have to run into them yourself, but there is a death animation for the parasaur. It's actually probably the most well done of them, because everything lines up well. Yeah, so the decoy... It's not going to help you if you're not using the radar, which means you're basically going to put yourself at the 27% off whatever your total is. Don't know if... I guess I can take that with me. It's only 2% again. It's not like I'm actually, like, trying to farm stuff. And then, again, Pathfinder, it works if you... I'm not sure why some of those tracks are red, though. Like, looking at... Well, either way, like I say, the decoy, it's very situational. It's going to help you start getting into the game if you really need the hand, but for the most part, I think it's a moot use. If it was, it made the call out, you could actually hear a response from the direction of the animal, it'd be much more helpful and useful. But because it pairs up with the radar, and the radar already kind of tells you what animal is sort of there, it does not feel as helpful as could be. I don't know if I even want to hop in another hunt, but is there anything else I want to try figuring out? I'm wondering if maybe the reason that the tracks are red in that image is like that's one you've wounded or you've taken a shot off with, so it's the one's more like, this is the dinosaur you're actually tracking, this is another one that just ran off. Or was in the area. Oh, gotta get a drink. So it's interesting trying to figure out the ins and outs of things here, but I think I'll leave this episode of Dinosaur Hunt right here, just, we'll call it kind of like decoy testing to figure out what all it does. I feel like an idiot because more than likely I think the decoy was working in the game and I was just pressing the wrong button the entire freaking time. That just goes to show I'm not a professional in any capacity, but yeah, this very limited use, and I think the radar honestly already covers majority of what you would get from using that. It does have the niche use where it can give you like the visual detection and the audio detection of the dinosaurs you're approaching, and you can switch back and forth to which ones are picking you up. But it's so situational and so niche, I don't think it would be a very general helpful tool to keep with you. It's nothing like, say, the cover scent or the camouflage that really do just make hunting a bit easier. Maybe it'll see some tweaks in the future with input towards the decoy, but for now, at least we tested that, and I think we can put that to rest. So, next episode, we'll be back to regular hunting in Dinosaur Hunt. Thank you guys very much for joining me on this episode of the series. If you did like it, be sure to give us a like, and if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. There's still a lot of stuff to figure out with ins, outs, bugs, how does this work, how does that work with the game, with the update out. But for now, it's just nice to get in, test it out, see what we can kind of understand at this point. Until I do see you in the next episode, survivors, please remember, as always, to take care and stay alive.